Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my creative time with Emma, and also welcome to my last day here. Yes, I was a little sad because I actually missed, this blog was actually pretty awesome to be a guest designer for. So thank you so much again to Miss Melanie and Joy for being so sweet and inviting me to be a guest designer for you for the entire week. So anyhow, I have a really quick card for you today, only because I had actually gotten several emails about the card I actually did yesterday, the Happy 4th card. So I'm not going to show you how I did it in its entirety, but they wanted me to demonstrate how I did the actual border stamp. So we're going to go ahead and get to this one really quickly here, okay? So once again, we're using my Gypsy Girl. I actually just got a rectangle here, and what I did is, if I want like a real dial size for something, what you want to do is just turn off this little yellow link and you click on that real dial size button, okay? I needed this to be 5.5 inches across and 8 inches tall. Okay, and I just got a plain rectangle from George cartridge. I'm sure you could get it from different other cartridges as well. It's just a rectangle, and I resized it to be 8 by 5.5. So this way, when I fold it in half, it'll be 4 by 5.5. Okay, so what we're going to do today is make a cute little window card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just click off the square there. And I'm going to use Gypsy Wanderings, this is the actual one that's in your Gypsies already, okay? And I'm going to use just this third one down there. And I need it, what I did was I actually cut out a cut from the Imagine. Let me show you that really quick so you'll know what our main focal point is. I actually use this right here, Enjoy the Seasons. Cute cartridge, by the way. Okay, and the actual image I used was, okay, watch me not find it. Okay, there we go. You see that super cute one with the little bunny holding the chickie? That's what I had actually cut out, and that's what, I'm sorry, I didn't actually cut it out. I actually used my Imagine just to print it out only, okay? And I had actually printed that out at a little chickie at 2 inches, okay? So that means I need to resize my window. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the little the little link turned off and keep that on for real dial size. I need my width to be 1.60, and I need my height to be 2.30, okay? So that's going to be the window that I'm going to need to fit that cute little bunny in there, okay? So what I did, I want to make sure with this right here, I'm going to scoot it down a tad. Okay, you see how I lined it up here? Okay, you see how I lined it up with the 1 inch line and then this line right here? It's in one of those squares perfectly. That's what I'm going to use as my guide, okay? Let me zoom in a tad so you could see that again. You see how I lined it up against the 1 inch square and then this right here? That is my guide for this, okay? Because I want to make sure I count up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I want to put it right in between there because the card is going to fold at 4 inches, and I wanted to make sure this is in there on the correct, because I'm going to have the little window off to the left because I'm going to be stamping a sentiment to the right of it. So I just kind of want to just make sure I have it centered in there, probably like so. Yeah, that's perfect right there, okay? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to cover that up. Actually, we could go a little bit higher. One more down. Okay, there we go, perfect, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and now you don't have to weld this together if you don't want to, because when you put a little shape inside a actual another shape, it will cut out like that, okay? But I always weld it together because if I move it, then that means it's going to go out of place, okay? So now that it's perfect, but before I weld it, what I want to do is I want to copy this, okay? So I'm going to use my copy feature, And I'm going to scoot this over here only because I want to make a frame to go around that, okay? So now that I got that over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld these two together, okay? So I'm going to click on my group button and just click on those two until they turn blue like they just did. Click on my advanced tab, click on weld, then I'm going to click on my eyeball and it's all red. Like I said, you don't have to weld it, but at least now when I move it, it'll all move all at once, okay? So now for this guy here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my copy feature because I want to shadow this, okay? So I'm going to click on my copy, and remember how I did before, I just laid it right on top, and then I'm just going to use my little hourglass, I should say, and just to make sure, I wanted a good size frame here. I think actually, you see how perfect that was? All you do is use your hourglass, and you see how it shadows it perfect, but it's not going to be a shadow, it's going to be frame. So now I have it the perfect size I want it to be. We're going to weld those two together. Okay, so they are welded together. I'm going to click, we grouped them together first, and now we're going to weld it so this way they could both cut out as one. See, now I can scooch it over there. And this is going to go on top of that as a frame, okay? So anyhow, I'm going to quickly show you how I put this card together. Okay, here goes my cutie patootie card. Isn't this beautiful? What I had used for this, you see that beautiful background stamp? I have to say the best background stamps out there today have to be Market Street stamps. Isn't that pretty? I use that with my clear embossing powder, and the reason why they are the bestest stamps ever, because Peachy Keen Stamps also manufactures their stamps, and they are called Market Street stamps, and it's a pretty good size where you can fit over a whole 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 front of a card. And I love these stamps by Market Street Stamps, made by Angelica. So anyhow, that's what I used for the background. And for my sentiment, I used from this set here just a little note to say, and I used 2 of them actually, thinking of you. And I love this set. I think it's super cute because I actually used kind of a chunkier font because I wanted it to be happy. So I used a chunkier font for that. And for the inside of the card, I used Sending Sweet Hugs Your Way. And this is like the real size of them, because I know people probably think, oh my god, those are tiny stamps. But they're really not. That's just based on, and it says it's showing at 50%, okay? But this is the actual size right there, okay? So what I had did with this was I got some paper tray ink ribbon, of course. I love that. So I don't even think I have any other ribbon besides theirs. And that's the polka dot, and I believe it's called Sunshine Yellow. And anyway, this is their craft cardstock, their chocolate cardstock. I also use the button from them, but check out the inside, okay? Isn't this so cute? And I just used some old Stampin' Up paper I had because I thought it kind of matched it. I did, because see, the thing is that when I printed out this, I'm not sure if you can see, but it only, the way it prints on your Imagine, it prints up in the corner, okay? So I can't really like put it on there where I want it to go. Like basically it's not like our Gypsy Girl where we could put it anywhere we want on the mat. So what I had to do, since it was so far down, I cut out that yellow strip just to kind of off center it. And then I used my other stamp set that's from that, the other stamp that's in that set, Sending Sweet Hugs Your Way. Isn't that super duper cute? Because he's hugging the little ducky. I think I called it a chickie earlier. So anyways, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this card. And if you don't know how to make a window card, it's super simple. You just learned, okay? So anyhow, this is what this card is. Now I'm going to give you a quick demo on how to use my border stamps, okay? Okay, this is the card I actually had several questions on, and they wanted to know how I did the background. You see how I embossed with clear embossing powder on the background there? And this is the one I did yesterday, my little firecracker, the Happy 4th card. So what I'm going to do, what works best for me, is I use this little cushiony, and I think this came with my So Easy. If you don't have that, that's fine. What I used before I got this, I actually just used some foam here. There's some foam at the kids, kids section at Michael's or Joann's, or even like a little magazine, something cushy, okay? And I'm going to show you, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to demonstrate this border stamp. I also have another set of stamps that are only these border. I call them, I know they're, when you think of border, you think that goes around the page, but I just call them the border stamps. And my other stamp set is called Fun Borders, and this is also how you would use that, and which is the set right here, Fun Borders. And it's basically, this one's like a little love one, a crafty one, a thank you one, and a birthday one. And what they are is like when you stamp it, it's like a reverse stamp, okay? So anyways, this is the same kind of concept how you use that as well. So you just take your, your block, and then I always use this Versamark Frost. This is my favorite. I don't even use the regular Versamark ink anymore, only because I noticed that this one just makes it just that much shinier and prettier. I don't know, I just really love this one. Okay, so I just kind of just ink it, and you notice the way I inked it up that way. I didn't do it the other way. Okay, so either you could go like this, but this particular card, I actually went diagonal. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start in the center and just work my way out. Okay, you see how it went like that? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do the other sides, and I'm going to show you how I did the one in the center in between them. Okay, so basically that's what that part looks like. So now what we're going to do, we are going to grab this one here. Let me Okay, we're going to get this long one here, and this just basically says Happy Independence Day all the way across the board there. So you just want to lay it down like that just to make sure it's straight, and then you just pick it up just like so. And then for this one, I could just, since it's a skinny, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, and this one is just going to go ahead and just make sure you don't have it upside down. This one's going to go in between each one, okay? Isn't that pretty? So super cute. I love this stamp set. I think it's adorable, because it doesn't necessarily have to be for 4th of July. Okay, so, and this one's going to go right here. Okay, so basically you kind of get the whole gist of it. And what I like to, and then what you can do, which I did with my card, you could also like, ink up the rest and then just, go ahead and just add on to the edges. Or if not, you could just trim them down or just leave it as is. I think it looks cool just like that too. So I always put my embossing powder in here. The embossing powder I like to use is the one from Stampin' Up. This is the, let me make sure, yeah, this is the Crystal Clear, or they might just call it clear. The clear Stampin' Up powder. Okay, as soon as you finish doing all that, now this isn't a very good example of one because I rubbed it myself, so you kind of have to just be a little careful. I got my finger and I rubbed it in there, but it's okay. At least I'm just giving you like the example of how these work. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my heat gun really quickly. This could be a little loud, so I'm going to do this real fast. You see how perfect that is? Isn't that pretty? So basically that's how it looks. I smeared it myself, so that was my fault there. So anyways, that's basically how I came up with my cute little Happy 4th card. Okay, and I just went ahead and I just emboss it directly onto pattern paper. So as long as you have like a little cushy something underneath, and you use the same thing, I actually do the same thing with the background stamps I get from Market Street Stamps. Okay, everybody, I hope that helped you out some for everybody who had questions. And also, I'm going to miss everybody here. Thank you so much for all of the sweet comments here. So if you would like to see, I have lot of stuff, lots of fun stuff coming up on my blog in the near future. So if you could go ahead, there's a little button up here on the left, and it says don't miss out on any fun. Subscribe here. If you go ahead and subscribe to my blog, you'll get all the updates, so this way you won't miss anything. Okay, so don't forget to head on over to my blog at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the release of my brand new stamps. This is my 6th edition, and I am releasing, I usually only do 4 stamps a month because that's good enough for me. So anyhow, everybody, thank you so much again for all of your sweet comments and all of your love, and hopefully I'll see you back here soon one day. Take care, and I will see you back on my blog at 8ish this morning. And we're also going to be hopping with my fabulous design team, and I actually haven't seen anything they made yet with my new stamps, so I'm so excited, so I can't wait. So everybody have a great day, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.